Hi everybody, it's Graham. I thought I'd make a little Saturday update, see how everybody's doing. Hope you all are going to get a nice 3-day weekend. Hopefully, I'm happy to have at least the majority of Monday off. I should probably go in and get some stuff done, but I don't know if I will or not. So yeah, I kind of started out the weekend. I don't know, kind of slow. We had plans of going and doing stuff this weekend. Cat. Um, and so far, I mean, I woke up and my allergies are just kind of driving me crazy. I don't know if anybody else out there has issues like this, but every once in a while I just have a bad allergy day and I'm all congested and sneezy and it's rather unpleasant. So that's kind of how it's been this morning, but I'm planning to kind of just, barrel through the day, so to speak. I'm going to, get out of the house in a bit and go get a haircut and go do some stuff. So I thought before I did all that, I'd just make an update. Wanted to let you know I wrote some notes that I had a really kind of a cool experience last night. We went out for dinner with some friends of ours, and these were people that I haven't seen since before I started tea. It's kind of funny because they just live like in the same neighborhood, like they literally live a block away from us. But we just have been so busy, both our friends and my partner and I, that we haven't been hanging out much. And our friends that we went out to dinner with have a 2-year-old, so that's their schedule's pretty crazy anyway. So we went out last night, and it was funny because we hadn't really hung out since I started on tea, and the first thing they said was, oh wow, your voice is different. So that was pretty cool for me because it's hard for me to tell because I hear it all the time, and it's hard for Laura to tell, my partner, because she's around me all the time too. So those small changes really aren't things that she's going to notice. And I've heard from various people that it's changed a tiny bit, but it was cool when we met up with our friends because it was like the first thing they said was, "Wow, your voice is, you can tell it's a little deeper." So that was nice to hear. And for me too, I am noticing it. Like I feel like it sounds differently to me when I talk, and sometimes if I've been quiet for a while and then I say something, I'm like, "Wait, was that me? That came out of my head." So yeah, so that was kind of some fun news. Some other things I just wanted to say that I did finally get the approval from the doctor to do the 75 milligrams. I'm still going to be on bi-weekly though. So every 2 weeks, I approached the subject of doing it every week, and she wants to wait and hold off on that and see how I do on the increased dose every 2 weeks, and kind of see what's happening there. I think that she's worked with a lot of trans guys, and she said she's had some folks be on the every week dose, and that's worked out for them. But she likes to kind of work you up to that and see, what your reactions are, and just make sure that you're doing the tests and that sort of thing, so you don't, do too much too soon and get into some trouble. So, anyway, I'm excited that it's getting up to 75 milligrams every 2 weeks. So the plan is I'll do that for 6 or 7 weeks and then get all the blood work and everything retested and see where stuff is. And maybe at that time I might approach her maybe staying on the 75 milligrams, but doing it every 10 days or something like that. So we'll see. Part of it's to see how I feel. Um, I do notice that it seems like the weekend before my shot, which is actually this weekend, I feel kind of, I don't want to say groggy, but just, like a little more tired, like I don't have as much energy. And I don't know if that has to do with the shot or if it's just lately I've been having really busy weeks or what. I don't know. But I have kind of noticed that, and that's something that I do want to talk to her about because I don't particularly enjoy that feeling. So I'm hoping that, over the next few weeks I can kind of gather some more data, so to speak, on how I'm feeling and then approach my doctor that way, and we'll see. Um, so yeah, I just wanted to kind of talk about those updates. The other thing I've noticed on YouTube is that a lot of guys have been talking, and especially on the collab channels, um, about passing and passing tips. And it's something that I find if I think about it, it doesn't happen. I don't pass. But if I'm just kind of doing it and doing my own thing, then it's pretty much all good. I never have problems with restrooms. I go into men's restrooms all the time, and I've never been, clocked, so to speak. So that I've just kind of gotten used to, I guess. I mean, you just go in there and do your thing, and you leave, and that's about it. If I try to go into the women's restroom, that's when I'll have trouble. So I've been using guys' restrooms for years and just not had too much of a problem. The rest of the passing, I think the biggest thing that for my advice for guys would just be to not think about it too much and just be who you are and just not try to stress out on it too much. When you start stressing out on it and thinking about it a lot, then you start overdoing the masculinity, and what happens is that you kind of end up being kind of a caricature, and I think that that really does kind of call you out a little bit more. Even with that, occasionally I do get mammed. It just depends. It depends on where I'm at and who I'm talking to and what the situation is. This week I've been passing pretty much 100%. Um, I went to, it was the last couple of weeks I've gotten to see a lot of live music, which is totally cool. I'm a big fan of the Decemberists. In fact, I'm wearing my concert shirt. They've got a new album out. And I went to see their concert this week on Wednesday. And actually, I went by myself because I don't really have any other friends that are like into them so much. And my partner really isn't, it's not her thing. And I thought, oh, what the hell, I might as well just go and enjoy it. And I have to say, it was a really great experience. Um, it was at the Fox Theater in Oakland, which is this beautifully restored theater. It's really nice. And it was such a cool space to see the show because I don't know if you know the Decemberists, but they kind of do concept albums where the album tells a story. And they've played the entire thing from like start to finish, the entire album all the way through, which I've never seen a band do that before. But how this relates to me and the whole trans thing is that, that entire night I was passing, I got to the theater, the ushers were like, oh, thank you, sir. Can I get you anything, sir? That kind of stuff. The folks that I was sitting next to was, this couple, and they were really cool. We were talking about it and all, and I introduced myself and, that kind of, and at one point in time in intermission, like the part of the guy, he got up and he was like, I'm going to go to the bar. You want anything, man? So that was kind of cool. So I think if I just don't think about it too much, then I pass a lot more. So yeah, that's kind of what I wanted to talk about. The other thing is job stuff. A lot of guys on YouTube I've noticed are going through job loss right now, and I mean everybody is. It's a crappy time, and the economy obviously sucks rocks. But there's a couple of guys on here that are really looking for work and have recently lost their jobs or graduated. And I do work at a college career center. I've said that before. So I think what I'm going to do is a video series maybe, or one or two videos specifically on job searching for trans guys. And I'll put some tips and tricks out there for you and just some ideas. The other thing, if you have any questions on your job search or anything at all related to that, resumes, interview, whatever, feel free to either send me a video response or send me a comment or email, and I'll do my best to respond back to you. So I think I'll do a couple of those maybe this weekend, and maybe that'll be some help for you guys. I'm annoyed because a couple of the folks on here, I gave them some suggestions to go to some career centers in their area, and they were told things like, we can't help you because you have a master's degree or whatever, and that's complete bullshit. My career center, I work with folks that have never had a job in their life, and then I work with folks that have masters and PhDs. And ultimately, it's helpful for everyone. Everyone can benefit from resume advice or interview practice. And we also have like job networking groups and that sort of thing. So when I've heard that some folks are experiencing this from their local career centers, that kind of pissed me off. So I thought that I would make a little video thing to kind of address that, and especially address some of the concerns that trans guys are having around employment. So, if you are one of those folks who are job searching and you have some questions regarding your transition in employment, please send me an email or question or whatever, and I'll try to answer that. All right. So I'll get that going in the next day or so and give you some tips and tricks, and let me know what your interests are. Okay. Have a good weekend, and that's it. Later.